This video is closed captioned in English and Spanish subtitles. Hello, travelers. Welcome, everybody. This is Anthony, also known as Travel Droner. Here on this channel, we create videos discussing amazing travel facts and amazing destinations. Join us on our journey around the world by subscribing to our channel. Please click the bell icon to get notified when we publish a new video. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to travel safely in 2021. We are living through some callous times. We have seen people die in hospitals. Some of you might have witnessed deaths in your own home, deaths of your loved ones, and I wish that you have the strength to deal with that loss. Many of us lost our business due to no customers and lockdowns. We have seen the death toll rising every single day, and it is not stopping. We were forced to wear a mask wherever we go. COVID-19 changed our lives, mainly in a negative way. One of the most significant changes that we saw during the COVID-19 pandemic was the international travel was halted for probably the longest period ever. Thankfully, with the availability of vaccines, we can fight back and bring things to normality. But traveling is nothing like it used to be. There are some protocols that we need to follow to stay safe and secure during such unfortunate times. So, in this video, we'll be guiding you on how you can travel safely after the pandemic. So, without further ado, let's begin. First of all, you have to check the COVID-19 situation in countries and whether your country is allowing flights to that particular country. Even though many countries have minimized the infection rate of this disease by a large margin, thanks to strict safety protocols and vaccinations, there are still many countries in the world that are still suffering from COVID-19, and the situation is not good enough. You can hope that the situation in those countries gets better, but right now, avoid going to countries with high infection rates. You can check COVID-19 related statistics at covid19.who.int, as they have been updating COVID-19 statistics in real time since the start of this pandemic. Even if you are completely vaccinated, it is recommended to avoid going to countries that have a high infection rate. Every vaccine has a different efficacy rate. Even though it is not probable that you will get infected while being fully vaccinated, there have been many breakthrough infections with fully vaccinated people. Your vulnerability to the virus depends on the efficacy of your vaccine. You can check the efficacy of your vaccine online very quickly. Also, check if your vaccine is being accepted abroad. For example, some countries are not accepting tourists who have been vaccinated through Chinese vaccines. This might change shortly, but right now, vaccinations from vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna are being accepted globally. You must also keep in mind the after effects of the vaccines you have been vaccinated with and check the possible side effects even months later. For example, AstraZeneca vaccines have caused blood clots in some vaccinated individuals, which is why countries in Europe have limited this vaccine for now or only handling it to people over 60 plus, and some countries might not allow you in if you have been vaccinated with it. So, do complete research on your vaccine and which countries are allowing you to travel to. Now, let's talk about the protocols you should follow when you go to an airport. Airports take extreme precautionary measures these days to stop the spread of the virus. Instead of using plastic boxes, they place personal belongings such as wallets, phones, and keys in carry-on bags. But there are several protocols that the staff at the airport wants you to follow. First of all, you should be observing social distancing regardless of your vaccination status. You have to maintain a 6-foot distance in all waiting lines. In the waiting lounge, you have to sit, leaving one seat vacant. Travelers are required to wear a mask at all times. The airport staff is required to wear masks and gloves at all times as well, and they are required to change their gloves now and then. Not all airports around the world are strict with social distancing rules, so if you are visiting a country like that, make sure to avoid physical contact and wear a mask. The most comfortable I could find our long-term use is Pure MSK. Get it on Amazon or direct here, pure-msk.com. This is just something you have to do no matter where you go. Airport staff around the world are required to follow strict health protocols. For American travelers, violation of this extremely strict rule will result in a $250 fine for the first offense. If this offense gets repeated, the offender has to pay $1,500 for not wearing a mask. Other countries have also imposed different fines on travelers who do not wear a mask at all times. So, no matter what happens, always wear a mask. And if you tend to have breathing issues while wearing a mask, it is recommended that you should not travel during such difficult times. Try keeping a considerable amount of distance with your fellow travelers at all times. Another important thing that you should be carrying with you while traveling is a pocket bottle of good quality sanitizer. You should be sanitizing your hands now and then to keep yourself safe from the virus, regardless of your vaccination status. There are several documents you have to keep with you while traveling. First of all, you have to carry a valid negative COVID PCR or antigen test. Most of the countries are only accepting fully vaccinated individuals. So, if you are not fully vaccinated, especially if you are from the Americas, you won't be allowed to travel. Therefore, you also must be having your vaccination card while traveling to show it on screening checkpoints. You should also carry your travel insurance with COVID coverage while traveling, as the officers might ask you for that. When you board the flight, you should keep your mask on during the flight as well, no matter how long your flight is. Also, we know that many often ignore the in-flight instructions given by the flight attendant, but this is the time when you should be entirely focusing on what instructions you are getting from there, because there might be some information and instructions that are incredibly crucial for you to remember while traveling. So, you should rather concentrate on what the air hostess is saying instead of checking her out. If you like doing that, we would recommend you get a mask for your eyes as well. Anyways, when travel was resuming after COVID-19, infection rates eased a bit around the world. Flights were asked to keep distance between the seats and have just 50% occupancy in the flights. But as flight operators had suffered a lot of losses already due to the travel ban, they started ignoring these suggestions. They decided to run flight operations with mandatory masks and gloves, but full occupancy. Right now, none of the airlines are implementing a one-seat gap in their flights. Therefore, you should always wear a mask and gloves. If possible, avoid physical contact with fellow passengers and keep sanitizing your hands. I'm too scared to travel right now and expose myself unnecessarily, and I am vaccinated with Pfizer. I will wait until the Delta variant is over and everything calms down a bit. If you are fully vaccinated and the country accepts the vaccine that you have gotten vaccinated from, you might not have to go through a 14-day quarantine period. Neither you have to be in some sort of a bio bubble. However, if you are traveling and are not fully vaccinated, you will have to go through a 14-day quarantine period before beginning your trip. This is not how you want to travel, so make sure you only travel when you get fully vaccinated. If you are going on a cruise, you'll have to go through similar protocols. For example, you'll have to maintain social distancing. You'll have to wear a mask during gatherings, and you should be carrying a sanitizer with you at all times. Some countries are working on vaccine-certified passport programs, so that for the future, it's in your passport whether you are vaccinated from COVID-19 or not. For now, you can just carry your COVID-19 vaccination proof, and you are good to go wherever you want to go. We just got here, the first 2 cruise ships back in Cozumel, Mexico, June 2021. The next thing you would want to do is plan your activities. Now, you know where you want to go, and now you have reached your desired destination. Now, you have to plan what you want to do. Still, many entertainment spots aren't open in the majority of the tourist destinations, so you need to check what's open and accessible so that you don't go to a place paying a lot for a taxi and finding out that the place is closed until further notice due to risk of COVID-19 infections. So, always check what's open and what safety protocols you have to follow over there before visiting the place. If your favorite activity is not open yet, you can delay your tour until the world opens up and normalizes, just like the time before someone in China ate a bat for lunch. Last but not least, carry some extra money with you to cope with the emergency medical expenses, because anything can happen in such unpredictable and disturbing times. Plus, also have extra masks, mandatory first aid, some regular painkillers, and if you are on medicines, carry medicines with you. If you are going through some other disease lately, it is recommended to give your travel urges a little break so you won't be vulnerable to an infection or any other medical emergency. Last but not least, when you choose hotels, make sure that the hotels are well sanitized and are cleaned properly. You can check about that with the hotel website before booking a room. Some high-caliber hotels already advertise how they sanitize your rooms now and then, so this is the time when you should not go for cheap hotels and hike up your hotel budget to stay in a safe, secure, and well-sanitized place. Because cheap hotels around the world don't clean the rooms properly, and God knows what has happened on the bed of the room you just booked and what kind of germs might be there. That's all for today. If you like this video, press the like button. Also, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you get updated whenever we post a video or any important updates. Till then, see ya. Have a nice day.